We'd been back in the house 30 seconds. Andy went straight upstairs, pyjamas on laptop. Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. It is the final day of our Disneyland Paris holiday. We're not even in France anymore. We've just woken up at a Premier Inn in Kent after the longest night's sleep I ever remember having. It was nearly 8 hours long, which in a world where we've been surviving on 4 hours sleep a night for the last week and a bit, it's awesome. I feel so refreshed. But we have got a problem that's presented itself this morning. For the final time on this trip, we've got to work out how to get this stuff in this car. We even managed it yesterday, but it looks so much more complicated today. Once that's in there, we've got the drive home. We finally get to get back home, check we weren't burgled, because we have been broadcasting to the world that we've been away from our house for a week, and then pick Dave up from where Dave has been. But first we've got to figure out how to load up this car. Success! Now for the 3-ish hour drive home. I never want to drive again after this. Don't know what's going on, but we've been sat here waiting to go through the Dartford Tunnel for 10 minutes at this point. There's 2 lanes. I've not been through here for years, but there's 2 lanes. Everyone in that lane over there is going through. This lane, red light, can't go through. Dot and boring. We'd like to go home, please. We're trying to, Andy, but for some reason this entire lane is just stationary while that one flows through freely. There was nothing on the signs back there to mention that was the case either.
Why did you pick this one?
Because it's the left one and we're going a bit slow because the car's so heavily laden. So I just thought I'll go in the one on the left. I don't want to go all the way over to the fast lane. Now there's caravans over there and we're stuck here. We've stopped at the service station about halfway. The traffic is absolutely awful everywhere today. We had that issue at Dartford. Going back the other way, back south on the M11 where we are now, there's like probably a 5 or 6 mile queue for what looks like an accident, so I'm glad we're not heading south. I know there's going to be issues further north as well because there's roadworks up there. You can see the queue just to get out of the service station. We might just live here now. But this should be the only stop we need on the way back. It's always easier going home than on the way. You don't need excitement wheeze. So we're just gonna go and grab something to eat, have a bit of lunch, grab a cup of coffee, and then prepare ourselves for the final leg. We have got to be aware of time. It's 2 o'clock now. We're about an hour and a half away from home probably. We've got to pick Dave up by 5. So we can't be in here ages. And we also can't get stuck in traffic or Dave's going to be homeless. And we're home. It's just gone 4 o'clock. The house has that weird, no one's been in it for a week, sour smell. But we are home. Just need to unload the car, split our stuff off from the girls' stuff, drop them back off at their mum's, and then I can finally go and get Dave. Goodness me, I'm excited to see that animal. The other thing about being home is that we've finally been able to get out of that big bag, which will be in tomorrow's haul video, the stuff that we got for Lucy when she was looking after Andy the other day. So we've got her Disney Pride headphones? Ears. That's the word I'm looking for. I've been driving a lot. Yeah, we finally got some ears on you, and just shows the keyring as well. So this was your little thank you for looking after Andy gift. Is a little baby Groot keyring. Yeah, exactly. Excellent stuff. If we'd have still been at Disney today, Pride is at the Pride party is at Disney tonight.
I kind of wished I could have been.
You went late time.
It's fine.
Oh,
splendid. We'd been back in the house 30 seconds. Andy went straight upstairs, pyjamas on laptop. This will be him for the next 24 hours now. He's back at school on Monday, which he's already argued with us about once. And then he's actually at his respite Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, which we'd completely forgotten about. And then I think, yeah, is it the week after he's got his residential trip?
I think so.
He is going to be so drained after all of this. So anytime we are at home, that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Just sitting there in his pyjamas, doing Andy things. Right, so you two now are going back to your mother's house. This is the most consecutive days you've ever done on the vlog, I think.
I think it is.
Actually, no, because you weren't on it at all that day you had your migraine. So even then you didn't break your record. You've been on it like 5 of the last 7 days though, because you were even on it when we were down in London.
Yeah, that's true.
And you never did review the strokes.
It was really good. I still can't put it into words. I'm still speechless. That's my review.
Excellent. Right, we need to get you back to your mum's because it is currently 12 minutes past 4 and I need to get Dave before 5 o'clock or we have to pay for another night. And I have to go for a day without him in this house and that would be awful. Come on, in the car then. Say bye-bye to the vlog. You'll see the girls again at some point soon, but obviously they're going to have a bit of time at their mum's house now. The vlog's not over, Andy. He's Britain's Got Talent on tonight.
He's on Saturday.
It is Saturday.
So there'll probably be some Britain's Got Talent action to come yet. Plus you'll be seeing Dave in a minute. As will I if you get out of the house and into the car. Well, just picked Dave up from the vets and he's bleeding from his foot. They think there's a cyst between 2 of his toes. This is all kind of happened in the last 2 hours, which is why we didn't get a phone call. But they said because when he had a haircut while he was there as well, and as part of giving his haircut, they took his foot to clip his nails. Didn't even get the clippers near him, and he just started bleeding when they picked up his foot. So I guess the pressure of them getting a hold of his foot has burst this cyst that was between his 2 toes, and he's leaving a little bloody paw print behind him everywhere he goes. They did try and bandage him up at the kennels. I'll put a picture of him there with the little green bandage on his foot, but that stayed on for about 30 seconds. He didn't pull it off even. Just as soon as he got outside on their gravel driveway to get to the car, it just slipped straight off. First step he took, bandage straight off his foot. And yeah, we've just been on the phone to the vets. They've said if it's a cyst, there's nothing we can do other than just leave it for a couple of days for the bleeding to stop. But if it's something causing the cyst, like a thorn or a grass seed or something in there, then the cyst will just keep reforming, and every time he puts pressure on it, it'll burst it again. So by walking, and it'll just kind of keep bleeding. So they've, yeah, as Anna's saying in the background, he's completely happy. Hold on. He doesn't seem to be in any pain, but as you can see from here, little blood paw prints everywhere he goes. He's not whimpering about it, but it is bleeding pretty much constantly. So we've got him provisionally booked in to see the vet tomorrow morning, which is goody. Sunday morning call out charge, which apparently is less than the Saturday afternoon call out charge. So they did suggest we leave it to the morning. Apparently it's not urgent. It's not like it's dripping with blood. Anna's going to try and bandage him apparently. But we'll just have to wait and see how he gets on. But
Oh, baby.
might have a trip to the vets in the morning, which... What?
Off his tail.
Off his tail?
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, yeah, there is blood all over his tail. I guess where he was sitting down in the car. He's eating a lot of grass as well.
Grass is when they've got all that coming.
So, he's also eating lots of grass. And in all the kerfuffle, I forgot to bring his food bowl and his drink bowl home. And he was so excited to get out of the car when he got home that he's actually split his collar in two. To sort of burst through his collar because he wanted to see Anna. So he doesn't have a collar, a bowl, a food bowl, water bowl, and his foot's bleeding, and he's got to go to the vets. So, all in all, not what I would call a successful trip for Dave. I don't think he's had as good a week as we've had.
Look at him.
Oh yeah, he's very happy to be home, isn't you? But you're just in a bloodbath. You've had a nice haircut,
Are you hot?
but we're having to use a cereal bowl
Do you need more?
to put your water in.
Oh dear me, do you need some more?
Well, we're a couple of hours later. I've spoken to the vet on the phone twice. We did have an appointment booked to take Dave in the morning, but since then the bleeding stopped. As you can see, he's completely fine. The bleeding stopped. He's not had any bleeding now for a couple of hours, so we've cancelled the appointment for now because we can't afford the £90 call out charge the day after we get back from holiday. But they've just said if it starts up again, just bring him in. So we'll do that. But they're not too worried. I get the feeling what might have actually happened is rather than there being a cyst, they've probably just got a little bit too close when they were cutting his nails. And hopefully that's the end of the issue. but he seems pretty happy to be home. In other happy to be home news, we have Andy straight back into his routine of Disneyland adventures in the evening. We thought this was just preparation for us going,
Disney.
but apparently
The Disneyland music.
there have been multiple times since we've been back. He said that he wants to go back next May. He's told us he wants to go back tomorrow. It's fair to say he's enjoyed his holiday. We can't make any promises to him at this stage about if or when we'll be going back. We said when we booked it, it was a once in a lifetime thing. It still kind of is and was a once in a lifetime thing. We're not going to be in a position to spend that kind of money on a holiday again anytime soon, but goodness me, was it a good one. But I think we are going to wrap this vlog up there. I know it's been a pretty short one, but we've had some absolutely epically long ones over the last week or so, so I think we're probably operating at a fairly good average for the last week. Thank you to everyone who has supported the videos this week. As of right now, they're all already over 20,000 views, I think, every vlog that we've put out this week, that's a big number for us. We normally consider 10,000 views within like 24 hours of a vlog being out. That's a good day. Dave, don't lick it. Oi, don't lick it. You make it bleed again. So thank you for all the support this week. It has been very, very cool. And who knows, if we get 1 million views on each one of those videos, we might be able to go back again sooner than you think. And that everyone will be happy then. But I think that's probably just pushing on wishful thinking. But we will wrap the vlog up there. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. Thank you very much for watching.